1971. Tensions in the Indian subcontinent are at a breaking point. The Pakistan Air Force has launched airstrikes on Indian airfields. And in response, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi has declared war. But the seeds of this conflict were sown much earlier during the brutal repression of East Pakistan by its own government. The roots of this conflict lay in Operation Searchlight. It was Pakistan's military crackdown on its eastern region. Over 3 million people were killed and over 400,000 women were subjected to sexual assault. What the world now recognizes as one of the worst atrocities of the 20th century. It was a genocide US intentionally ignored. But there was one man, an American diplomat stationed in Dhaka, who refused to stay silent.
Archer Blood, a courageous diplomat, sent a strongly worded telegram to the White House. They're now known as the Blood Telegram. These messages condemn Washington's support for Pakistan despite clear evidence of genocide. Ironically, at a time when USSR sent President Yahya Khan a message defending democracy, condemning arrest of leader of democratically elected majority party, and calling for repressive measures and bloodshed, we have chosen not to intervene. Even morally on the grounds that the Awami conflict, in which, unfortunately, the overworked term genocide is applicable, is purely an internal matter of a sovereign state.
Nixon's disdain for India wasn't just policy, but it was personal. At the height of the crisis, he infamously said, "I don't like Indians," a sentiment stemming from India's close ties with the Soviet Union and its leadership in the non-aligned movement.
During the war, the US Navy's 7th Fleet sailed towards the Bay of Bengal, in a move aimed at intimidating Indian Navy and protecting Pakistan's forces.
But why this unwavering support for Pakistan? The answer lies in the Cold War. US President Richard Nixon and his Secretary of State, Henry Kissinger, they wanted to establish relations with China, and Pakistan was their gateway.
Pakistan's dictator Yahya Khan was instrumental in facilitating secret talks between the US and China. In return, Islamabad was showered with military and financial aid. Nixon's landmark visit to China in 1972 came at a devastating cost. America turned a blind eye to the genocide in East Pakistan. This is what Yahya Khan had to say in an interview on the situation in East Pakistan.
Army has persecuted nobody. Army has tried to save 70 million people of East Pakistan against armed rebels of East Pakistan who were excited and incited by a new theory and philosophy of Awami League for secession. The vast majority of Pakistan, in East Pakistan, have heaved a sigh of relief that this trend and this movement and this agitation has stopped because of army action.
So you're saying, to your knowledge, there has never been, and there is not now, a selective policy of genocide of any kind in East Pakistan?
Most certainly not.
Despite these challenges, India's determination, bolstered by the courage of its armed forces and the Mukti Bahini, turned the tide of history.
Over 3,800 Indian soldiers were killed in action, and more than 9,800 were wounded. On December 16, 1971, 93,000 Pakistani troops surrendered in Dhaka. It was the largest military surrender since World War II, and Bangladesh was born.